Is it easy to understand non-duality? Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to understand non-duality. I mean, it might take some time to get into the concepts and to like adjust to the concepts. Like it helps, I think, if you've read something like Eckhart Tolle before, or Buddhism, or Hinduism, or something that's what I would see as a build-up to non-duality. If you first come into non-duality, you're like, huh? I think it's easy to understand, but understanding to me isn't the energetic shift. So understanding non-duality is one thing, and I think it's fairly easy to understand, but that energetic shift is a different thing. And the energetic shift is being inside this body, like somebody that's inside this body that's limited to everything, which is nothing. Even talking about it doesn't even come close to it. So that might not be so easy to understand, that you are everything. So most of the time when non-duality is explained, it's explained through consciousness and the I am, and I think that's a lot more palatable rather than something like what I'm trying to say, that who you are is everything, which is nothing, or nothing appearing as everything, your emptiness appearing as fullness. So what we have as a person is we have the sense that we're inside the body, that we're behind the eyes. So in Christianity, we're taught there's a soul in here. There is somebody in here, and that person controls the actions and has free will and chooses independently. Where non-duality is pointing to not two-ness, that there isn't subject-object, that the ultimate reality is one or not divided. It doesn't say oneness, because oneness already implies two-ness. It just says not two. So not two. So we get this idea that we're inside the head and that we're looking outside at the world. And as soon as that happens at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, whenever that manifests, that separation, it always feels uncomfortable. It feels like there's something you've lost. It feels like there's a stone in your shoe. There's something not quite right. And the reason that it doesn't feel quite right is because you begin to live a lie. So who you are is everything appearing as a human speaking, but there is this belief that everything is sucked inside here and is singular and is separate from everything else. And that feels like a lie, because it is a lie. It feels uncomfortable, and it makes you feel unsatisfied, like there's something missing from right now. There's something not quite right. And that not quite rightness then looks in pleasure. So this is the mechanism that happens. So it looks in pleasure, and it looks to avoid pain. So whatever this body determines pleasurable. So eating, creating, having kids, making lots of money, having lots of luxurious objects. whatever it deems as pleasurable. Normally our pleasure is set up and wired to lead us towards better survival. So we might not be conscious of it, but what we move towards is improving our survival. So if we get burnt by something because it's hot, we move away. If something makes us feel warmer when we're cold, we move towards it. So our pleasure is set up to always move towards an optimal survival, the best survival. And it always feels like you're moving towards pleasure. So like there is somebody inside the body that's moving towards pleasure, so that it's your choice. So you think that you have a choice now to go and sit outside, or to stay listening to these talks, or to make yourself a drink, or to get stoned, or to get drunk. Like you think that you have a choice and that you're doing it. Whereas actually that's a functioning that's happening inside the body. That's a story that's being produced by the brain, which is making it feel like you're something, that inside the body that has a life, owns a life, is in control of its life, where there's actually nobody inside controlling the life. Speaking's happening, looking's happening, doing's happening, and then there's this entity that's like, I do. Me, my life, I do, I own. Whereas there isn't anybody whose life it is. That person that keeps repeating its name and repeating its story and repeating where it's going and repeating what it's going to do and where it's going to go, who it's going to be, is a functioning. It's not actually who's experiencing. It's an experience happening. And who's experiencing is empty and full simultaneously. It's total mystery, but it's absolutely content with itself. It doesn't have a problem being a mystery. And it's only a mystery in this world, like to itself. It's not a mystery, it's home. It's only a mystery in this world where it can't be translated into words and into thinking. But the one that's experiencing has no issue with the way things are. It's content in itself experiencing. It's not lost, it's not a problem, it's not bored, it's not uncomfortable. It's free, experiencing itself.